Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Now, today we will be looking at one signing every Premier League club need to sign in the summer. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Arsenal. Now, with Alexander Lacazette leaving this summer, they're left with only Eddie Nketiah set to sign a new contract. So I've gone for Porto's 22-year-old striker, Evan Nilsson, who has banged in 14 goals this season. Now, he fits in with the profile of signing young players for Arsenal, and it really does work well in Mikel Arteta's system. He is a very, very good off-the-ball striker and gets in behind quite a lot, so I could see this working for Arsenal. This would cost 30 to 40 million, but I think it's worth it. Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa have already made some fantastic transfers with the likes of Diego Carlos, Felipe Coutinho and Boubacar Kamara coming in. And with Yves Bissouma verge to sign for Aston Villa, they're going to have to look for another midfielder just to bolster that midfield up a little bit more. So I've gone for defensive midfielder Martin Zubimendi. Now, the guy has likened himself with Xabi Alonso. Now, this is a very, very big proclamation to make, but he is very, very similar in terms of style of play to Xabi Alonso. And I could see this working for Aston Villa. For 15 to 20 million is a bargain. AFC Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth are going to need some steel in midfield. Jefferson Lerma is just not going to click for a Premier League side, and I do believe that they need another midfielder in there. So I've gone for Germany's under-21 sensation Niklas Dorsch. Now, he's been fantastic for Augsburg this season, and he's just been a solid midfielder. Good passer, good tackler, all round just a fantastic player. And he is young, he's 23 years old, and he could get better for Bournemouth. And if he had sell-on value, I think this could work for a lot of reasons, and I think this would be a fantastic transfer for 10 to 20 million. Next up, we have Brentford, and let's get it right. Christian Eriksen is their priority. They have to get him because he is just so much better than the rest of that squad. So just to make this a bit more exciting, I've gone for centre-back Ilya Zabanye from Dynamo Kiev. Now, this guy has been playing for them since he was 17 years old, and he's entertained links to Chelsea. He's solid in the air, he's a solid physical presence, and he's really good defensively. He could improve a little bit with his ball-playing aspect, but he is Ukraine international, and that is fantastic. At the tender age of 19, this could definitely work. I really think this would be a fantastic transfer for Brentford. 20 to 30 million. Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, it sounds like a broken record, but Neil Maupay, I just don't rate him that much, and just need a striker. So bring in Enes Unal from Getafe. He's finally made good on that potential, and he's looked like a beast for Getafe this season. He's been absolutely terrific, and he's single-handedly kept Getafe out of the relegation fight, and I really do rate him. He's been fantastic. Obviously, he had that spell with Man City, but he's grown a lot since then. He's only 24. I could see this working extremely well with Brighton. He can score, he can press, he can do everything. 10 to 20 million would be a good transfer. Next up is Chelsea, and with new owners Todd Bowley coming in, I think that they are going to have a good summer. However, they're going to have to really replace the squad. 4 of their key centre-backs are leaving. N'Golo Kante needs replacing, and Romelu Lukaku, well, it's Romelu Lukaku. So I've gone for Bremer. Now, they're going to have to look for a cheaper alternative for that centre-back role because they've got a huge rebuild to do. And Bremer is just a fantastically strong centre-back at the back for Torino, and he's a bit of a rock. I think this could work extremely well. 30 to 40 million would be a fantastic price, and for Chelsea, that's what they need. Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace have an exciting young core of talent. Michael Olise, Mark Guehi, Eberechi Eze is such a fantastic core of young players. And with Christian Benteke leaving, I think that this could be an opportunity to bolster that attack even more. I think a good transfer would be Diego Simeone's son, Giovanni, and I suggested him for Liverpool this January. I think he could do really well for Crystal Palace. He's been fantastic for Hellas Verona, being one of the top scorers in Serie A. I think this could work extremely well. He fits in perfectly with the way Crystal Palace want to play, and he's just an out-and-out goal poacher. So this would be fantastic for 20 to 25 million. Next up is Everton, and there's no surprise they need a new midfield. With a lot of their midfielders going old and Donny van der Beek returning to Man United this summer, I think they could use another midfielder, and I've gone for Lyon's Maxence Coqueret. I think this could be a fantastic transfer. The guy is a fantastic tackler of the ball, but most importantly of all, he's a great dictator of the tempo. And I think this could be a fantastic skill for Frank Lampard to have in the middle of the park, something that Everton haven't really had over the last few years. I think Maxence Coqueret could be a fantastic signing with a lot of sell-on value. So I think you should invest in him right now. For 40 to 50 million, he won't come cheap, but it's worth it. Fulham. Now, Fulham are going to have to improve on Bobby De Cordova-Reid. He's just not good enough for the Premier League. He's a good championship player, but he needs someone. Alexander Mitrovic, he needs someone next to him who is capable of helping him in the Premier League. And I've gone for the Croatian Andrej Kramaric, who is on a free. I think he could be a fantastic player as a second striker. He brings in others to play and he scores goals. He's creative, he's good at everything. Now, people may remember him from that spell at Leicester where he was quite poor. However, he has grown a lot since then and he's 28 now. I think this could be a fantastic deal for Fulham and I think this could keep them up. He's on a free, go get him, Fulham. Next up is Leeds United, and I think Patrick Bamford's proved that he is just too injury prone for Leeds to rely on him throughout a full season like they did last year. So I've gone for Elche's striker Lucas Boye. Now, Boye is not the household name that Leeds fan would hope for, but he is a fantastic player, he's a fantastic presser, and I think he is a really good threat for Elche. And as a Real Madrid fan, I can say that he is one of the only threats from Elche, and he single-handedly got them a draw against us this season. I think he is just a fantastic player and one of the best in the lower half of La Liga. I think this would be worthwhile for Leeds to make the move. I think he is 29, but he could be good for 10 to 15 million. I think they should go snap him up. Next up, Leicester, and there's a big problem for Leicester, and that's at centre-back. There's a problem, it's Kaglar Soyuncu, he's just not good enough anymore. I think he's really declined, so I think they should go for Osasuna's David Garcia. Now, he's a solid centre-back, good box defender. Now, he is maybe not good enough ball-playing-wise, but his defensive acumen is good enough to make up for it. He's been linked with Atletico Madrid. I think this would be a fantastic deal for Leicester to pursue. I think they should 100% go in for him. At only 20 to 25 million, I think they should do it. Liverpool. Now, with Liverpool, it looks like they have missed out on Aurelien Tchouameni to Real Madrid. So I've gone for Porto's 22-year-old midfielder, Vitinha, who is recently on a loan spell to Wolves. Now, I think this could be fantastic. He's a fantastic tackler, dribbler in tight spaces, and he can find a fantastic key pass. He's just a terrific, technical, brilliant midfielder. I think this fits Liverpool perfectly. I think this could work amazingly for Liverpool. For 50 to 60 million, he will not come cheap, but I think it's worth it. Next up is Manchester City. Now, with Fernandinho leaving, I think they're going to have to find another midfielder in there. And I think Mateus Nunes would be a fantastic addition to that squad. He is 23 and he is maybe a bit not good enough at this point in time. However, I reckon Pep Guardiola could make the fantastic technical dribbler into a star at the Etihad. And I do think that in terms of his passing ability, he is good enough for the Pep system. I think he's impressed me a lot for Sporting this season. He could be a fantastic addition for Manchester City, and he just works. He just works. So for 30 to 40 million, go and get it done, City. Manchester United. Now, I do think that another season of watching McFred for Manchester United fans could cause them all a stroke, and it's rightly so. So they have to find a good defensive midfielder, and I've gone for Guido Rodriguez. Now he may not be the guy that you go up and go to Old Trafford to watch. However, he is extremely good at what he does, which is winning the football back. And I think Man United need that more than ever if they are to get another midfielder, and to come extremely cheap at 28 to get an Argentine international, an Argentine regular starter. I think that could be a fantastic piece of business from Manchester United. Something that they haven't done enough, which is to make a few smart signings. So I like it if they went and got Guido Rodriguez for 20 to 30 million. I think this could work. Next up is the newly rich Newcastle United. Now, I do think they could use a bit of a pace boost on the right side, so I think Ismail Assar could be the guy. Now, he's proved he's way too good for the Championship with Watford, and he's good enough in a poor side in the Premier League for 2 seasons now. So I think Newcastle should go out and go get him. And I think relegated Watford would be willing to sell at this point. I think this would be a fantastic piece of business by Newcastle. And with the left side of St. Maximin and the right side of Ismail Assar, I think this could be a really deadly attack, one that many Premier League sides fear in the team. So for 20 to 30 million, I think they should get it done. Next up is Nottingham Forest. Now, recently promoted through the playoffs, they have a lot of money to spend. However, they need to go make it smart to make their squad Premier League ready. So for me, I think they should go for a former wonder kid in Christian Pavon. Now, he really hasn't lived up on the potential that he once showed for Boca Juniors. However, he would be a fantastic pace injection on that left side. He's both-sided, both-footed, and with that LA Galaxy loan, I think he needs to make a move to Europe sooner or later. And I think he needs to make up on that potential. And I think Nottingham Forest could be the place he could do that. And I really hope that Christian Pavon goes to Nottingham Forest, because this could be a fantastic move in which Nottingham Forest could change their system up just to play him, and I think this would be a fantastic move for them. So for 5 to 10 million, this would be a steal. Next up is Southampton. Now, their 2 goalkeepers right now are probably not good enough. Alex McCarthy and Fraser Forster has left for Tottenham, and ultimately they're going to have to find a new goalkeeper. So I'm going for Sam Johnston from West Brom. Now, Johnston has proved he's a good, solid shot stopper at Premier League level for West Brom. They're probably their best player in that Premier League season, without a doubt. And I think that he is deserved of a Premier League move. He's an England regular at points, and I think he could go to Southampton and prove to Gareth Southgate why he should be an England starter. And I think this could work, and I really hope this does. So for a free, I think Southampton should go get him. Now for Tottenham Hotspur, they need to go get another centre-back. Ben Davies has been good, has been a reliable guy, but I think they need to get an out-and-out centre-back. Someone who's very, very young, very good. And obviously we know that guy is probably Bastoni, but for the sake of the video, let's look for an alternative. And I've gone for Edmund Tapsoba. Now, Tapsoba is a fantastic ball-playing centre-back, and he is a really good athlete. He's a fantastic athlete, and he's very, very good at ball-playing. What else do you need? I think he could turn into a top-class centre-back under Antonio Conte. And for Bayer Leverkusen, he has been terrific this season, leading them to 3rd place in the Bundesliga. I think Tapsoba to Tottenham makes perfect sense for 50 to 60 million. Next up is West Ham. Now, Mikel Antonio, he's just not been good enough this season, injury prone and not scored enough goals. And while Jared Bowen has been fantastic, they need to ease the workload on him. And I think they need to find a striker who can challenge Antonio and score goals. And for me, that guy is Raul de Tomas from Espanyol. He's been fantastic for Espanyol. He's been the 3rd top scorer in La Liga. And he's been rightfully so, because he's played for a Espanyol side who do not create many chances, but he's still banging in the goals. And I think this could work exceptionally well for West Ham. He's linked with Real Madrid and Atleti. I think this could work extremely well. I think West Ham should go and pursue him. I think this works fantastically. For 20 to 30 million, this would be a bargain. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, Bruno Lage has been fantastic for Wolves and he's so shored up that defence. However, the main problem for him is that his strikers have just not been firing. Raul Jimenez has just not been back since that head injury, and you know what? Rightfully so. He shouldn't be, because it's a horrible injury to come back from. But instead of replacing him, let's find a guy to accompany him, and I think that should be James Rodriguez. Now, a lot of you may be thinking why, but James wants to leave Qatar and return to Europe. I think this could be a fantastic deal to be the main creator in Wolves' team, and with the Jorge Mendes links to Wolves, I think this could work extremely well for James Rodriguez, and I think to return to the Colombia squad is what he wants. I think to do that with Wolves, I think that could be all something that he desires, something that Wolves desires, and I think this could work extremely well, and I do really like this move. So that's my last one for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe as of ever, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.